gonna need a second. I don't know why, but tears, just tears. It was stunning, guys. Really well done. Okay. You guys alternate between Western, Eastern, Keroncong. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I have actually no
That's
idea.
perfect.
Keroncong. Oh, yes. It struck me in the Berg that the pieces you chose from the Western repertoire aren't super obvious. You know what I mean? You know, it's not like Ich bin der Welt abhanden gekommen or something. You know what I mean? So how did you go about choosing these pieces?
Well, I was just talking to Apollon yesterday that I just realized all of our pieces are all in these 1900s up to now. Mm-hmm. And I think that also plays a part in how they might be very well adjusted to the Keroncong and also to our staging. Somehow these repertoire from the quite modern era work very well, I think.
Did you already have them in your repertoire, or did you find them and put them into the program?
Well, this kind of performance, we tried it before in different settings. So we had been preparing for something like this. We didn't know. Then the competition came and we applied. But we tried to find a certain storyline.
Yeah.
And then connected it with the letters, which is the basis of the structure of the.
Thank you for that segue. Speaking of the letters, can you tell us a little bit about this? I'm not going to pronounce correctly. Raden Adjeng Kartini.
That's also perfect.
Oh my God! Look at me, guys.
Kartini. She was a Javanese woman, and she was born into an aristocratic family, and under this Javanese culture, although she was quite privileged as a woman to be able to pursue an education, probably one of the first women who were able to do that, she realized how that was not normal for most women in Java at that time. And she spent most of her life into studying, and she was really good in Dutch language, actually. And she exchanged a lot of letters with Dutch friends. And that also opened up her mind about women's rights and also a lot of other ideals. Mm-hmm. And she dedicated most of her life into fighting for these rights to education for women, and finally opened schools as well for women in Java.
Thank you for exposing us to her. She sounds amazing. I want to go look her up and learn everything. What is the traditional setting of Keroncong? This, you have it in violin, ukulele, but... Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it also usually contains a bass instrument, so either a cello plucking the strings. Mm-hmm. You have violin, of course. You have a plucking guitar-like instrument, Keroncong, which the name comes actually from there, which is actually it's very inspired from Portuguese music because of the Portuguese that went to Indonesia. And you can also have some flute, but today it has been also integrated into pop culture, so it's a very alive thing in Indonesia that still also here I think people know about it.
And explain the costumes a little bit. This is traditional Javanese dress.
Yeah, so the thing that I also took off there is an attire. It's called kabaya, which is traditional Javanese attire, but also is worn throughout Indonesia in different regions.
And also for
And this is sarong. Yes.
Yeah, and it's called batik.
Batik, yeah.
Okay.
These patterns.
It's actually from Java, so it's quite accurate.
Well done. This word Anemoia, it doesn't exist in English, but you at least as far as I know, just native speaker over here, who knows. But it's this, you said, paying of nostalgia for an era that you didn't actually live through. Mm-hmm. I feel that so much in this music that you and these traditionals and everything. Is this music that you grew up with, or that everyone knows, or?
It's very popular, but it's interesting that you noted that, because actually this Keroncong genre is very much related into nostalgic feelings. And it was especially also popular in Indo community in the Netherlands in the 1960s and in that era, in the Indo community that reminisce about Indonesia and their homeland, but they lived in the Netherlands.
Of course, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Well, given that you guys, your goal was to revive and reinterpret memory through music, you had in your description, and given that I instantly want to look up Raden Adjeng Kartini. Oh, I didn't even have to look at the paper. Yes. I think we can say that you succeeded, and it was a wonderful, beautiful performance, and I thank you guys for giving it.
Thank
Round
you
of
so
applause,
much.
guys.
Thank you.